Welcome everybody to the Ploopycast, brought to you by Ploopychoop Radio. This is I'm just gonna say it's available on YouTube. Hopefully it'll be available wherever you listen to podcasts. I like when people say that, but we haven't figured that out yet. So if we figured out by now, this will be available. Yeah. So anyways, today we're joined by our most esteemed guest, Backpack Comics. You've heard his voice, you've seen the videos, you love his horror gameplays, you love his hair. Ryan, welcome to the Ploopycast for the first time ever.
For the first time ever. We definitely didn't scrap one of these by accident.
All right, if you're gonna do that, you're gonna be on the show. So
What happened?
you're not gonna, no, you're not gonna leak the vaults. All right.
Okay, this is the first. I'm sorry.
Just kidding.
Dude, imagine it's like I'm like leaking tears and I'm like, oh, try again.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Papa. And you're like, you have like a little food bowl.
It's like you look at like Backpack Comics as an industry and you see it's owned by like Ploopychoop LLC. It's just like
I actually mentioned that in one of my upcoming videos. Well, upcoming as of this recording. It might be by the time this comes around. So anyway, yeah, this is the third episode of the Ploopycast. We're trying to make it a more regular thing. I really enjoy podcasts. These videos are really fucking easy to record, so I want to keep this going. And I've always liked, since I was like a little kid, on the ways to like when we would go see Jalen and them. I'm not gonna say where he lives and dox him, but when we would travel to the back roads, the back rooms to see Jalen and family, my mom would have us listen to these old time radio shows from like the 30s and stuff. Like they had them on CD. Her and my uncle. CD's nuts. And they were like super interesting. Like to try to sit there and imagine things, like you could just picture like truck drivers back in the day listening to these radio shows and probably getting like super scared. Like of like
dude, the CD's nuts. The CD's nuts thing really got me.
Just like in the middle of everything.
I'm trying not to laugh so I don't like come up.
Huh?
But yeah, no, I've always liked the idea of kind of running a radio show, so I want to keep this going. I kind of want to do it more often than I've even been doing it now. So yeah, if you guys like this content, make sure to leave a like and let us know. I don't know what the fuck you want to talk about on here. So we got Ryan on this episode, Backpack Comics. His link will be in the description, as with all guests. Me and Backpack go way back on the YouTubes. We've known each other for almost 2 years, which is kind of insane. I think maybe even over 2 years at this point.
Yeah, it's like what, late 2020, right?
Yeah, so 2 years.
Yeah. Wow, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and if you don't know Backpack, I mean, you probably do if you watch his channel. He's been on here a lot. He's known for playing, well, most recently, like, really killing the itch.io horror content.
Oh, thanks.
He has a really long playthrough of Pikmin. One of me and Nadia's favorite series that Backpack did was Outlast. We watched all of that while we were depressed. It's kind of a weird game to like consume when you're depressed.
It's also like, well, this is like personal, but it's my least favorite series on the channel too. And I'm like, why would you?
There were moments. Yeah, there were moments where I genuinely like was screaming like, "Ryan, run!"
There's one part where I almost get nabbed by the nabber, and
it almost makes you play Naughty Boy.
Yeah.
Grabber.
And then also Jalen is on this episode. He's a member of Ploopychoop. Jalen has been trying to get back into making content, just like all of us, with the crippling depression of life. So we're happy to have him on this episode of the podcast. This is just going to be an easy listen. We're just going to talk about... Well, Ryan actually has prepared some topics. We haven't even talked about them before, but if you've never watched an episode of the Ploopycast, it's pretty much just chill vibes. We just talk about kind of everything that's going on with us. It is gaming focused, but we just talk about whatever. So yeah. I guess we should start with what you guys are up to right now. Jalen, what's going on, man?
Playing Final Fantasy 14.
He's currently playing it while we're talking.
Yes, I am. About to finish Endwalker. I have like 20 quests left.
Nice.
And I've had this since launch, and I'm just now beating it. So
maybe you could do a short review of Final Fantasy. What if I was like, Jalen, on my desk by tomorrow? I want you to have a 5-hour video script written for all of your feelings about Final Fantasy 14.
Like the whole game,
Yeah, just everything.
expansions and all.
Actually, it'd probably be harder if I was like, you have to make a 5-minute video about the entirety of Final Fantasy 14.
That's impossible.
Ugh, my
You
titty
get
just hit
out
my
there.
mic.
Should have hired me.
I would say you're touched in the head, boy. That was cringe.
Fuck, dude.
So how has Endwalker been treating you?
The story is amazing so far. There's a lot of twists and turns and a lot of big, reveals because it's the end of the Zodiac and Hydaelyn arc of the game.
Oh yeah. So is there going to be further updates to the game or no?
Oh yeah, they're coming out with more expansions. It's just the end of this story.
Oh okay.
So
Yeah,
it's like
everybody knows
it's like
that.
anime arcs. This was its first anime arc.
Okay.
I guess you could say the first Final Fantasy 14 was its first anime arc that did terribly.
Okay. Okay.
Like before A Realm Reborn.
Oh yeah, that's so. I played A Realm Reborn like when it was on PS3. That's kind of crazy that it's been through that many years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got it on PS3, not knowing really what it was, and then I was like, "What the frick is this? This wasn't Final Fantasy."
What are all these buttons I gotta press?
Anything else going on, Jalen? You want to talk about?
Troubles at home.
Nah, I've just been chilling.
Okay. Okay.
We've just been reading a lot. Been reading this book called Shadow of the Gods.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
It's pretty pogs. It's like a Viking type book, fantasy book.
Oh, okay.
About like I don't want to get too spoily, but it's about three perspectives of these characters, and one of them is basically her husband and son get killed, so she's on this big revenge quest, and she's pretty BA.
Okay.
And then one of them was a slave that's now part of this like King's Guard or something like that. I think that's what it is. It's like the Royals Guard or something. And then I'm just now getting into the third person's arc, but it's pretty good so far.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds pretty interesting.
Yep, y'all.
All right, Ryan's Comics. What about you? What do you got going on, man?
Currently, I just like finished uploading some videos, so I'm just sitting and drinking like this little Gatorade. The stuff that I have going on, I'm trying to see how many series I could balance at once, and I'm thinking about recording Christmas games already, so I could be like a little bit ahead. I think it's interesting that you brought up reading, Jalen, because I just finished reading this book called Things Fall Apart. It was really fucking good. It's about it's like this guy's trying to like bring honor to his like tribe. It's set in Africa, but the ending is like the whole book is so dark, but I live for stuff like that because I don't know, I hate myself. I guess I just like listening to these like really like hard and trialsome stories, and sometimes they end well, sometimes they don't. Like this book like if you read it, you're gonna be depressed. Like I didn't expect it to be that bad. My fucking girlfriend was like, "Oh no, this is a good book. It's an easy read." And yeah, it's easy because you fucking just want to finish it. It's so depressing.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've just been chilling. I've just been trying to just keep my life balanced, keep my grades up. Winter's coming, so
The North remembers.
the North will always remember.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't finished that shit.
You ever finish that show?
Just stop
No.
at season 8, dude. Just pretend it
I
got
know.
canceled.
True.
I am. Everybody
Start House
says
of the
that.
Dragon already.
Dragging these nuts.
I'll drag these nuts on you.
Where?
Huh?
I'll
What?
accept
Sorry.
those nuts.
You said what?
You take both of them?
Both
Yeah,
of
just both of them.
You should just call this fucking episode "These Nuts," featuring Backpack and Jalen.
So, for me, I have been
Yeah,
really...
what's been going on with you, Dylan?
Yeah, I've been really trying to get the channel back up and running. Depression is a bitch.
Mm.
So I haven't really been feeling the motivation until recently. I have like a lot of scripted videos in the works. And 2 of them are recorded. I just have to do footage now. I'm working on a first impressions video that'll come out pretty soon about Pokemon. And then I'm making a huge review of Pokemon. Not a huge, but like a break the backlog on Pokemon Violet as I'm playing it.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I kind of felt the pressure to, like, oh, I got to get this out as fast as possible. But the truth is, like, I'll never be able to beat people like IGN and stuff because they get like review copies. So there's like literally no way for me to like have a quick review. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just take my time.
That'd be funny if
One
you
day
did
we
do a
will
quick
get those
review
review
and
copies done.
You said what?
So one day we will get those review copies.
Oh yeah, no, they're you don't even have to have that many subscribers. You just have to have like a decent kind of like view count.
Yeah.
And then they'll start, like, some companies will start sending them to you. Other than that, me and Ryan recently, like, he really helped me kind of lay out at least ideas for season 1 of Break the Backlog. So I've been playing a lot of games in my like personal life. I've been working a lot, so it's kind of been nice just to come home at like super late at night and stay up until like 5 a.m. just playing like PS2 games and stuff.
that seems awesome.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool to kind of go back. I've been mostly focusing. So season 1 of Break the Backlog is going to be a lot of games from my childhood that I didn't finish that I'm now finishing. That's like the theme of season 1. Other than like I mean, mostly there's some new stuff on there too, but other than like some newer stuff, a lot of the games are like me playing them for the first time, or like finishing them for the first time rather. Other than that, I am working on my novel again. I went out and bought a Microsoft Surface so I could write anywhere.
No.
And then Nadia has been editing, so I've kind of been helping her with that. She actually, now everyone put your hands together for Nadia because the first video back to the first video back on Ploopycast is Nadia's edit, and it is the most watched like natural Ploopycast video that's not a short of all time by like a decent margin too. So yeah, that's been really cool. Game wise, just got Pokemon Violet this week as of recording at launch. Been playing that a decent amount. Been playing some Cyberpunk, trying to get back into that.
Oh, that game is amazing.
And then kind of got into Magic for a little bit. I just haven't really had the time to go back and kind of play it as much as I would like. And yeah, I guess that's kind of it. Mostly just working on channel stuff whenever I'm off. Just trying to like, I have like a lot of shit backlogged. I just haven't like taken the time to edit everything yet. So pretty soon, I'm like in the middle of like an 8 or 9 day stretch at work right now. When I finish this week, I'll be off for 3 weeks. I'll probably do a lot of editing.
Holy shit.
To get that over with. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm off for 3 days, not 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow.
Yeah, my brain is like mush right now. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. If you guys want a little bit of first impressions on Pokemon, I'll just give you a couple of sentences. I think they tried a lot of good things. It's good to see them actually trying to change some stuff. I won't put any pictures up of this stuff, but I have seen all the third evolutions for all the starters. The fire one is the best, I think, and the other 2 look kind of bad to me, but that might just be me. It is very buggy. It's a mess. And hopefully they fix it. I think overall, like, the way that I would describe Pokemon Scarlet and Violet right now is that they're fun. They're definitely fun. There is a decent game in there somewhere. They are very buggy. I don't know if it's... I haven't experienced some of the ones that other people have. I don't know if it's necessarily as bad as some people said. For me, at least in my experience. But I definitely think it's worse than a lot of, like, super Poke fans are, like, letting on. Like, the game is ugly, at best. It is an ugly game.
Yeah, they did not take their time with the visuals, I would say. Because, like, how you going to have, like, Breath of the Wild on the Switch, which looks amazing. And The Witcher is also on there, even though it's, like, had to be brought down a little bit. But you have one of your most famous games on their Pokemon look like absolute garbage because the devs, I guess, try to rush it or something. I don't know what happened there. It's
Yeah.
like poorly optimized.
It's actually making me excited for sorry if I keep coughing for the audience. I'm like still trying to get over this cough. But it's making me excited. So because Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are a little bit disappointing, I would say, like in terms of that. Like in terms of visuals are pretty bad. I've seen some people say like it looks like a PS2 game. I don't know if it looks like a PS2 game. It definitely looks like a 3DS game.
Nope.
Yeah, it looks like a 3DS game.
Yeah, the visuals are not great.
Which I think that's just the thing they need. They're so used to making handheld games.
Game Freak.
And I think they're complacent, like overall. Like Pokemon has
Yeah.
kind of been in this weird thing for like a 20-year stretch now where yeah, like it's not like they haven't innovated, but largely like this was the first time I think they stepped out of their comfort zone a little bit. And
I
even
like
then
I like the open world. It's fun.
I think
do
the open
too.
world
I
is
think
cool.
that's a great feature.
Yeah, being able to like do whatever you want. You could challenge the gyms in whatever order you want. It's pretty fun.
I think that those are good steps in the right direction, but I'm almost like kind of happy that they like misstepped a little bit here because there's a lot of other Monster Tamer games that are coming out that are generating buzz and that'll like push them to be better. So like stuff like, you know, like Temtem. Some people like shit on Temtem and it's like, oh, it's not that fun. And
I heard
like,
it's pretty good with the 1.0 patch that just came out.
Yeah, it's like
played it
the only thing that like kind of sucks about Temtem is I guess the player base will say like it's pretty dead like when there's no updates.
Yeah.
And they don't plan on adding any more islands now or any more Temtem. Like they're just done with it now. So that's kind of shit. The other thing, but then there's like other games too. Like so, Doki V is coming out I think next year. Oh shit! I just burped. That's gross. Doki V is coming out next year. I think that is a super interesting game. It's being made by the people that made Black Desert.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that game.
Yeah, that game looks super interesting, and I think that it has
You already
potential.
know it's gonna look pretty because
because Pearl Abyss is crazy at graphics. And then something that it's been really bringing up with me, I've been seeing a lot of like PokeTubers playing Digimon games, like even ones from back on like PS1. And I know I've said this out loud, dude. The Digimon was like super fucking slept on when we were kids.
Yeah, dude. Like the games were so good. There's one or there maybe there was a few, but I think it was like Digimon Arena or something like that. That one was really fun. There was another one that like it wasn't open world, but it was like RPG-esque. That was Digimon, and that one was a lot of fucking fun too.
Yeah, I think it was Digimon World was the one that everybody says is like crazy good. And they're putting the newest World game from like PS4 or whatever. They're putting on Switch like coming up pretty soon.
Oh no way.
Yeah, and then I have played a little bit of the Cyber Sleuth games. Those are actually pretty good. I didn't mind those.
Never heard of that.
They're like it's like a story-based RPG where you play as like a kid that gets like gets into like Digimon and stuff, and then you become like a detective.
Well,
and I watched one of the anime. There's like a Ghost Stories Digimon anime. That one's pretty good.
I remember watching the very first Digimon anime, and then I watched the movies, and then I think I watched the second series from that. It was like a spin-off, I think. But yeah, no, Digimon was awesome. I remember I had I can't remember their names for shit. But I remember I had like this like piggy bank of like one of the Digimon, and it like I was like, wow, this is like the best thing since like fucking sliced bread. I
had the little pink bird Digimon. I had one of those like as like a Beanie Baby or something.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I really liked the one that looked like a ladybug.
Oh yeah, that one was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like really kind of getting into Digimon and just like trying to give it a chance. I definitely think it was definitely slept on. And I guess like originally it wasn't even supposed to be a Pokemon competitor. It was actually supposed to be the boys' version of Tamagotchis, is what I was from the research I was doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's why they were in like the little things, like the little like Digimon things. It was supposed because like originally Tamagotchis I guess were marketed for girls. And so Digimon
I
was supposed
guess
to
I
be like
could
the boy
see
version.
that.
Yeah,
I had a Tamagotchi though.
I did too.
Oh, okay, cool. It's fine.
But
We're
yeah,
good.
speaking of anime, I've been watching Blue Lock. So I'm like really into soccer. I'm sure like people know that. Blue
American
Lock is one of
football.
my favorite fucking anime of like all time now. I think it's just like really well written and like well the series I guess it's like mostly on the manga, but
Yeah.
you know it's just like really well written. I think it's like super interesting. It's definitely one of those things where they teach you in like creative writing to take two unlike things and combine them. So they took like battle royales and soccer and combined them, and it's
Yeah.
like really
Oh,
interesting.
jeez.
Yeah. So if you guys
I
haven't
don't know.
watched Blue
This is
Lock,
the
it's super
first
good.
time.
Yep.
First time
Basically,
hearing it.
it's about so it draws from real world like experience.
Hmm.
So Blue Lock is based on there's like basically complacency with the Japanese international team, and uh everybody that's kind of in charge of it's just like, yeah, fuck it, we could just keep making money, like we don't care if we win the World Cup ever or not. And then this like lady takes in charge and she's like, no, we need to win a World Cup, we need to be more ambitious. So they bring in like this fucking psycho coach or like teacher or like scientist dude, and he basically designs like a whole program where they get like 375 strikers from all over Japan high schools, and then like they just put them in this like system where it's all like elimination.
To see who the last striker standing is.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That sounds good.
it's really fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then like it really embodies like shonen sports anime because like everybody on the team has like a gift where they're like really good at something, and it's really fucking cool to see like the animation on like when they score goals and stuff is fucking clean.
Okay.
Yeah, I've really been enjoying that.
Dude, the only animes I've been watching were like really like depressing.
What have you been
um,
watching?
I don't know if I'm confusing this one with another one. I kind of forgot the name of it, but essentially I think it's like Graveyard of the Fireflies or something like that. It was like
Oh
a
fuck,
movie.
bro! That's a Studio Ghibli movie. That one's sad as shit.
Yeah, I watched that. I knew it was like about like the bombing, but oh my god, the shit that kid went through, I was just like, holy shit, will this ever get happy again? But the ending was good at least. And then I watched the Cyberpunk anime, and that was really fucking sad. I did not expect that to be sad. No spoilers. um Oh, but I've been watching the new Spy Family. That was
Yeah,
that's
me and
been
Maddie,
nice.
we've been waiting for it to end so we can just binge all of it.
It's
Yeah, Spy
really
Family's
cute.
pretty pog.
Yeah, Spy
Chainsaw
Family's
Man
awesome.
is amazing.
Yes,
Y'all
dude.
gotta watch that still.
I only watched the first episode of Chainsaw Man, but it was pretty good.
It is the most watched anime right now, even
I know
above
a
One
top
Piece.
JoJo,
One Piece, a top One Piece.
top One Piece.
Yo.
Jesus Christ, it must be really popular.
Uh-huh. It's really good. I read the
Everyone's
manga, so I already know what's gonna happen. I already knew it was gonna be one of the top animes when it got animated. So I was always
that's,
excited when they announced it.
that's what my friend said. Everyone's talking about that. I just haven't watched it yet.
It's good. I highly recommend it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've only watched the first episode, but because I had no idea what it was about, really, I didn't even read the manga because I wanted to wait for the anime. It's very fucking interesting. Like it's another one of those situations where it's just fucking weird. Like it's a weird thing that really works well.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of like other stuff that I've been watching.
I've been rewatching. I just started rewatching One Piece. I've been blown through the episodes. I started from the very beginning.
I can't watch that one. It's way too many episodes.
I'm on episode 70. I just started on Thursday.
Jesus Christ.
There is something comforting. Like whenever I watch One Piece in like big chunks and I take like super long breaks in between. But there's something comforting about always knowing what you're gonna watch at night.
Yep.
Like when you're in it and it's like you have like like 1,300 episodes in front of you or whatever, and you're like, all right, I'm locked in for like the next 2 months. I'm just watching One Piece every night.
Yep. Because I show was like that after I finished. Because I finished rewatching Game of Thrones and then I finished House of the Dragon. I was like, damn, I got nothing to watch now. I was like, might as well rewatch One Piece.
Yeah, me and Nadia just started rewatching Shameless yesterday.
Oh, is that good?
Yeah,
Oh
Shameless
yeah,
is really
that's
fucking
really
good.
good.
Okay, I've
But
been
we
wanting to
got
watch it.
to, or I got to season 8, and then I like haven't watched it for like 3 years. So I just like decided to start rewatching it last night.
Okay.
And then we almost, even though we both don't really like the show anymore, we were almost gonna restart Walking Dead.
Oh, dude, they're ending it. I just talked about that in my Walking Dead series, which isn't up, might be up by the time this comes out, but yeah, they're gonna end it finally.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of, the reason that I got off the Walking Dead like train, I thought it was really good up until like after, like right after the governor thing was over, and
Oh
then
yeah, that's when I lost interest too,
and then
around
I
there.
regained interest with Negan, and then I immediately
Mhm.
lost interest after that whole thing, because I think for me it kind of became really cyclical, where it was like the whole point of the show ends up becoming, which is true, that the zombies aren't actually the worst thing. It's like people are the worst thing. But then it's
Mhm.
like every season just has like a governor character basically, and it's like the same fucking thing. It's like one big baddie and then all their little minions, and it's like all it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it got annoying just because like I mean, Game of Thrones does this where you can't really get attached to anyone. But I think it was just ridiculous with how many like hoops they had to jump through, and that like they would set up base and then all of a sudden it's like, no, you gotta leave, and logic just like doesn't happen here. It's like I think it was like once they beat the governor, they like had this like really good thing going. I might be remembering incorrectly, but I remember I was like, wow, this would be like kind of a good place to end it. Like they could just like live their rest of their days out there. But then it was like, no, more.
Yeah, it's like they kind of just get shuffled around, and then it's like it's not the governor now; it's these cannibals, and then it's not these cannibals now; it's this dude, and it's not this dude. Now, I mean, even to a certain extent, now it's Negan. But like, I think Negan was a way. So the governor was like easy to hate, but like
Yeah.
Negan was kind of the opposite. He was like an asshole, but like charismatic. So it was like
Yeah.
easy to watch those like episodes. But and then after like the time jump, then it's like, oh, now it's these people that like the whispering people. It's like it's just
Yeah.
like groups of people and groups of people and groups of people. It's just like not interesting to me anymore.
Yeah, I don't give
Um,
a shit if they're yelling or they're whispering. I,
we're,
you know.
we're trying to get back into Better Call Saul because I watched all of that when I first moved to where I live now. We watched all of that.
I'm
Like
barely getting into that.
it was like 2.5 weeks. I was caught up, and then not caught up, but I
also
was
Breaking
like,
Bad.
I think I was like in the middle of like season. I think it's on like season 5 or something. I'm on season 4 right now. But then I like
Yeah,
took like a couple months off, and then I tried to watch it last night, and I was like, I don't remember what the fuck's happening.
I binged all of it that they had on Netflix because they don't even have the last season anywhere that you can watch right now.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's usually AMC stuff. Usually it'll be on there like next year.
Yeah,
that's
but
stupid.
I watched all of Better Call Saul that was on Netflix. It's so good. It's like it's as good as Breaking Bad, or probably
Fuck.
even better. I would say
Oh shit, I need to watch that.
Better Call Saul is really good.
Yeah, Better Call Saul is it's a really good show.
Fucking Angela's little boyfriend needs Saul. I would agree on
Huh?
that. I like switch topics like super hard. Like, if I was driving the car, I would have like fucking steered off the freeway. I was like transitioning to like 90 Day Fiance.
Oh, what the fuck,
That's-
dude?
I know that's why it was like
I was like,
that was a
ooh,
hard turn.
Angela.
Dude, you don't want to know who Angela is, Jalen.
Probably not.
She's like this big
Decrepit.
old white lady on 90 Day Fiance that like is marrying a dude that's from like Nigeria, but like dude is not a scammer. Like literally wants to be with her for whatever fucking reason. But she like treats him like shit. Like she has a social media and like she has TikTok and she's been like cheating on him basically. Like she's been flirting with this dude on TikTok, but she won't let him have an Instagram. And she says it's because she doesn't want him to cheat on her. What it really is because she made him quit his job in Nigeria because she wants him to be financially dependent on her. And when he starts like influencing, he started becoming like an influencer, and he was making money on Instagram from like brand deals and stuff. She like made him take it down because she didn't want him to have his own money to be able to like do stuff.
What the freak?
But she's
But
so that she flew all the way to Nigeria to surprise him, and she's like breaking his car and shit.
And
like,
she broke his
yelling at-
fucking car.
And then she like started like basically assaulting him. Like if he was like, if like it would have been reversed, and it would have been like a dude grabbing her, a girl, like she was grabbing him, like everybody, she wouldn't even be on the show anymore. But
Yeah.
she was like screaming in his face and all this stuff, and then you have to take down your Instagram if you really love me. Like she's a toxic piece of shit. Like she's honestly a bad fucking person.
Mm.
I thought it was funny when they had sex, and then the dude, it's Michael, right? His name's Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he went to the camera and he was just like in his little accent, he was just like, "I told her I might take it down so we could have sex, but I wasn't gonna."
Dude, and then
She
last
flipped her
season,
shit.
like last season was crazy because he wants to have kids even though she's like older, and so
Yeah.
he wanted to go to a sperm bank to like save his sperm, and so they have you like jack off, and she like made him stay on FaceTime with her and not talk to any like female employees.
Oh yeah,
It was
I remember that.
fucking crazy. Yeah,
Dude,
fuck her.
she's insane. Like I can't believe that.
She's
I
a
just can't
fucking
believe they
abusive
keep her on.
asshole. She's a piece of shit.
Well, they probably keep her on for the views, but yeah, I don't like her.
Fucking
Even her
crazy.
daughter's like, dude, mom, you're crazy.
And then there's
Big Edward.
oh yeah, fuck him. No, I mean I was gonna say like last season there was a lady who had like a really weird like Asian fetish, and she was like a weeb, like she dressed up in like bleach clothes and stuff.
Oh god.
And so she's like a cosplayer, but then like she was only with the dude that she was with because he was Asian, but then she's made like some weird comment about him not being like Japanese because he was like Chinese, I think. But anyways,
What the fuck?
she like accused, like she was like basically telling him if he didn't come to America, he didn't want to come to America because of like the pandemic and stuff at the time.
Yeah.
And and like where he lived in China, they had it like under control. And he was like, I really don't feel safe going to America because like people are like, you know, like it kind of just hit over here.
Yeah.
And she was like, if you don't come out here, then you know, like I'm gonna cancel the visa process because you obviously don't love me. And then she fucked one of her friends, and then called him and like tried to explain it to him, and then got mad because he got mad and like ignored her.
Oh no!
Jesus Christ.
What
I
is
think
wrong
there's-
with this show y'all be watching?
There's also they started doing 90-day UK. That one is hilarious.
Oh, I've seen that, but I've seen it like advertised, but I haven't watched it.
Yeah, there's a girl in there that she met the dude that she's talking to. I haven't watched a whole lot of it, but she met him on League.
No way.
She just said she met him on a video game on PC, and then they showed it, and it was blurred out, but you could tell it was League.
No. What kind of man do you meet on that game?
Yeah, it was funny.
That's funny as fuck. Remember the one chick that was like always drunk? I'm trying to remember what season. She had like really big eyebrows and she was like old and she got the guy like glow in the dark condoms.
What?
Wait, she was older, like, and she was kind of chubby.
I don't know if she was chubby. I think
Oh,
she
I was
was
thinking-
really skinny.
I was thinking about the one where the dude was like saying that she like pissed on him or something.
I remember that, but no, that's dude, this show is kind of fucked up.
It's so stupid. Like
It's really dumb.
there was the episode where the dude told his girlfriend when he was in Brazil that he had like a criminal record, and then like she was just like okay, and then he got up and like ran away so cringily.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that too.
The only shows on TLC that I won't watch with Nadia are like fucking the Mama's Boy shows. I hate those shows.
Oh yeah, those irk me
Because
so much.
I'm gonna be real, it's like weirdly almost like incest. How much like the dudes are like cucking for their moms.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you said that because I tried watching one of those with Julia just because, or with my girlfriend, just like as like a little meme because we didn't really know what to watch. So we put that shit on and like we couldn't even finish the first episode because we were like, dude, like even fucking stupid ass Julia was like, I think they're having sex. I think they're having sex, Ryan. Like that, no kid acts like that, and I was like,
No,
I was
seriously, like it's weird. It's fucking weird. Like there's an episode on the girl version of it called like Smothered or whatever. And it's like there's like this it's a I think the girl is half Asian, half white, and then her mom is Asian. So and then like the girl's dude is like half Asian and half white. He like never stands up for himself. They have a kid together now, and the mom like lives with them, like her mom lives with them. It was so she's such a fucking cringe lord. Like dude wanted to spend time with his daughter, and then she was like, no, it's my turn. We don't want you in here. We're doing skin to skin, which is like something that moms do with their babies, but like the grandma wanted to do skin to skin with the baby.
That's weird.
And then like I told Nadia, because she's always defending her mom. I was like, dude, she's always like, Mommy, let me eat your pussy. It looks like it tastes so good. Like fucking just like sucking her mom off. Like, dude, your mom's a fucking cringe lord, bro. If I was in that relationship, I would have like pepper sprayed the mom and then kicked her out of my fucking house. And then when she got mad, I just wanted to fucking eat it. And she's like, I can't believe you won't let me see my grandchild. And then if old girl got mad too, I'd have pepper sprayed her ass and then took her parental rights.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Dude, that show infuriates me. I fucking hate. I think the girl's name is. I think her name is like, what is it, babe? It's like Angela.
Oh, every bitch named Angela.
On Smothered. What's that one girl's name? Her mom. I know the mom's name. It's Sun Hee.
Oh yes. It's not Angela. Angela's 90 Day.
Angelica.
Is it?
I think so.
It is.
Yeah. Fucking dude, I hate
Angelica?
her. I hate that fucking. That lady is so fucking annoying. Like, that mom is so fucking infuriating because she talks like shit to the dude. Like, she's like, I don't like to see what you're doing, Jason. I don't like to see the way that your life is going. It's like, dude, you're fucking freeloading on the couch. Like, shut the fuck up. You're fucking 90 years old living with me. Like, where is your life going? You're fucking couch surfing. Like, fucking, you should be like living in like a senior home.
Dude, hold the fuck. Like, goddamn.
No,
These little TV people are gonna lose their shit over you.
I'm serious. Like, I actually hate her. Like, every time, because she's so abusive. I hate people like that. She's such a narcissistic little bitch. I genuinely hope she stubs all of her toes at night, and then when she bends down because she hurt her feet, she like cracked her fucking skull on her dresser, and then she wakes up in a better fucking mood. She's such a fucking conniving little bitch.
Like that. What's that one movie where it's like the rich chick, like, is that Overboard or something like that? And she like loses her memories. She like falls overboard off her ship or something. Lose all her memories.
Oh yeah.
Like a Freaky Friday situation.
I just like don't,
Kinda?
dude. I
forget who's in the movie.
I fucking hate her, dude. I would never. I'm not. I don't mean like enough. Like, I would never wish death on somebody. But I just hope she has like a bad fucking day. Like, every day. Like, I literally wake up.
That's probably why she's a bitch. It's because she's having a bad day every fucking day.
She just needs to get hit with that motto or quote. Wake up to reality.
Yeah, she's just a fucking. She's just a fucking asshole. Like, fucking little narcissistic pricks, dude. I hate them.
I do too.
There was like this thing on Reddit, because it is kind of fucked, but it was like really funny. It was like somebody was like, is it bad that I won't date people that have like personality disorders? And then somebody was like most people are like, no, dude, like, that's okay if you've realized that like maybe you're not equipped to like deal with those kind of people.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, or you could stop stigmatizing people that have like narcissistic personality disorder. And then somebody was like, yeah, or you guys could just like realize you have a problem and stop being fucking assholes. Like, it's like, yeah, I get you can't help it, but like when everyone around you is telling you like you're a piece of shit, you're probably the problem.
Yeah, but you know, it's earth-shattering to those people because they're like, well, how can I do wrong? I'm me.
Yeah, they're just fucking annoying. Like, and that's like, it's sad in some ways because personality disorders are the most complex mental health disorders to deal with. But it like also doesn't mean that just because somebody has a disorder doesn't mean that they're like free of guilt. Like, if you treat people like shit, you're a piece of shit. Like, I mean, like, that's just is what it is. Because ultimately, if everyone around you is like, hey, you kind of make me feel bad, and then you walk away from that conversation being like, everyone's picking on me. You sound like a fucking child. Like, if 10 people in your life are telling you you're a piece of shit, you're probably a piece of shit. Like, I mean, 10 people have one thing in common, and you have, like, 10 people who are telling you you're a piece of shit. The only thing that they all have in common is you.
Being a piece of shit.
Yeah, so you are probably an asshole. If you have
take notes, viewers.
Yeah, for real. If you have like a strained relationship with people in your family, you're probably the problem if there's multiple people. If you walk away from conversations where somebody's telling you like, hey, I don't really like the way that you talk to me, and you get offended by that or defensive, you're probably the problem.
I mean, there is, I think, a huge... Well, this is something that I've just picked up with, like, being friends with, like, narcissistic people that just couldn't take, like, any form of criticism. I had this friend whose, his head was so big, like, the point of his existence was almost just to, like, gas him up, and then he complains about, like, everything that's going on, which isn't, like, you know, a very fun person to be around. But... God damn it. We were hanging out with one of my friends, and the dude was like, hey, you need to be because we were like 17 at the time, or I was 18. I forget, but my friend was like, oh, you know, like, you're 18, you could buy cigarettes now. And then the narcissist said, and then my other friend was like, no, it's actually like 21, you could buy cigarettes. And they went back and forth for a while, and it turned out that, you know, the guy who wasn't a narcissist was right. And the guy who was a narcissist in front of all these people were like, wow, thanks for fucking embarrassing me. Like, you're so smart. Like, good for fucking you. You know how to do some research. Like, I bet you think you're the smartest fucking guy in the room. Like, if you ever fucking talk to me like that again, like, we will I will never, like, set foot in another fucking room with you if you think you're smarter than me. And it's like, it was just like, wow, you are the biggest piece of shit, like, in this room, like, of these people.
No, that's what I tried to get, without getting too much into it, because you guys are gonna know what I'm talking about. When Ploopycast first started streaming, if you know what I'm saying, and we had like all those issues.
Yeah.
That was obviously like, okay, before I started really getting into psych shit, I wasn't sure. I am 10 million% sure that person is a narcissist, because and it manifests in different ways. Some people are narcissists. Now here's the thing, they're usually very charismatic, and they pull people in, and that can be people like that person, like, they're like very sweet, very nice, but then it's like all you have to do is look at the behaviors. Like, you drug personal shit into chat, and then somehow I became the villain. It's like, no, you and another person are fucking children and can't coexist peacefully in a chat because you decided to be weird on Instagram. Like, how is this my fault? And me telling you two that you're acting like children and you're being cringe. Like, one of the people that was involved was, yeah, he overreacted and was like being fucking cringe, but he apologized. And the other person was like, you have to block that. Like, okay, you're not gonna fucking tell me what to do with my shit. Like, I don't know. You can, for the record, if, like, let's say Jalen starts fucking some girl, some bitch, and then she thinks she can tell us, like, who we can and can't block, or how to run our shit. Like, yeah, bitch, you can eat my whole fucking cock. Like, I don't even know you, bro. We don't know you, little bro. You're not telling us how to run anything. That's basically, like, I don't care who you're friends with. I don't care whose penis or vagina that you munch on. Doesn't matter.
Jesus Christ.
If you're not me, Nadia, or Jalen, like I'm always open to criticism and suggestions. What I won't have is somebody trying to derail what we've built, and that's like this really wholesome community, because they got their fucking feelings hurt over decisions that they made. Like, it's not my fault that you two decided to do that, and it's not my fault that you guys have the emotional regulation of toddlers. Like, that's a you thing. Like, figure it out. And what I'm not here to do, like, I wish that I would have been working on the shit that I've been working on now, and, like, had finished my degree by that point, because it's like, dude, you guys were tripping. And, like, now I know that, like, you are definitely a narcissist. And like, this isn't even, like, to shit on you. Like, I hope you get help, honestly. Like, because, quite frankly, you're insufferable. Like, and I don't want that for you. That's a lonely fucking existence. I can't imagine being... Because narcissism comes from a place of self-hatred. It doesn't seem like it does, because it seems like they, like, love themselves, but it's like, overcompensating for how much they don't like themselves. Like, yeah, dude. Like, figure out your personality. Like, figure out who the fuck you are. It's okay to not know. Like, it's better to not know than take, like, one fucking aspect of your hobbies and make that your entire thing. So, like, figure out who you are, and then the world's a better place. And fucking listen to people when they tell you that you're kind of a piece of shit. Like, being a piece of shit is a temporary status ailment if this is a video game. Like, you can cure yourself, dude. Just stop being fucking cringe and get help.
Yeah.
Because, like,
I think that's...
I know people always, like, there's also, like, the fucking, like, look, dude, I'm in mental health, too, but there's also, like, the fucking, like, the empath Andes who are, like, oh, but they have a mental health disorder. And it's like, yeah, but okay, how many fucking other people's mental health disorders they have to fucking cause before we're like, okay, you're a fucking asshole. Like, yeah, you have a mental health disorder. You're also just a fucking asshole. Like, get help.
I feel like with narcissistic people, it's also it kind of is hard to like let them go, because it's like this 90 Day Fiance. It's like the Angela situation where she's trying to like rope him in somehow to become 100% dependent on her, and whenever you get out of that range of that person, or you become more than what that person is you have to be drugged back to that area. It was like when I was first streaming. My friend at the time, like I was like doing well, and then they were just like, no, you shouldn't stream anymore. That's bad. And me being like an ignorant, like 16, 17-year-old, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. That's dumb. But it is hard because they build this dependence. I feel bad for whoever fucking like dates these fucking people, because it's like, good luck. But like you said, I hope they get help. But yeah, no, it crosses a line with like death threats and like stalking. It's that's a whole basket of worms, but I don't want to get into that. It's a wild story.
It's just like weird. It's just like it's a they do build a dependency where you feel, and then you feel like guilty for shit talking about them.
Yeah.
But it's like they treat you like shit. Like, it says what it is. Like, you and it's always the people that know that they're like a piece of shit. Then they'll be like, "Oh, don't talk bad about me behind my back." Like, those kind of motherfuckers. Like, you shouldn't talk about me behind my back. And it's like, you never know what'll happen. What if I die? And it's like, yeah, what if you die? And the last fucking conversation we had was you being a fucking cocksucker. You don't give a shit. You only care about your own feelings because you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck those kind of people.
Fuck
If you're one of those kind of people, fuck you.
Unsub.
Yeah, seriously.
And then you're like, well, Ryan, we need our numbers up.
No, fuck that. If you're like
I know,
a
I'm
selfish,
joking.
if you're a fucking selfish asshole, like, go somewhere else. Seriously. Like, or just, get help and then stop being an asshole. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that shit is hard to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
But I do get frustrated with people when it's like the people that roll out the fucking red carpet for everybody. Like, I understand being compassionate, because I am too. I openly feel bad for people who suffer from these kind of things, because their biggest fear is abandonment, and then they fucking have a mental health disorder that makes them push people away so that nobody wants to be around them. However, it's also about taking the fucking blame for the shit that you're like. Yeah, your mental health order is unchecked and like, or not necessarily undiagnosed, but just like unmedicated if you're acting like a dick, or like untreated. And then some people are like really like I said, like empath Andes. They're like, oh, it's okay, like they can't help it. And it's like, yeah, well, you know what, I can help being around them because they're annoying. Like, not to be a dick, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, but people try to make you feel bad. It's like, you shouldn't cut that person out just because they have a mental health disorder. And it's like, we're not talking about depression, though, are we? Like, we're talking about
narcissism. Yeah,
yeah, we're talking about a personality disorder
thing
that makes my mental health shit. Like, at some point, you have to be able to rip the Band-Aid off and be like, you're a fucking toxic person and you have horrible qualities, and I don't want to be around you anymore.
Because I mean, as well, you suffer from depression. I suffer from depression. Like it, it doesn't help when you are like, at least me when I was really suffering bad from it. I was looking for help. Like I may not have realized I was looking for help, but I was looking for help and like that acknowledgement in some sort of way. And when a narcissist or a narcissistic person extends their hand to be that person who will notice you, who will like give you that sense of belonging, that's not a good relationship. That's very bad for the person who is suffering from depression.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Because yeah, that dependency is 2 times as strong, and whatever they're saying is affecting this person like it's hitting even harder because they already, like in my situation at least, I was like I felt like a piece of shit. Like, and then I would do something that they didn't like and they would be like, stop now. Oh, I'm dependent on this person. I can't. So, what's it gonna be? But fuck narcissistic people, dude.
yeah. It's like one of the things that I am most passionate about, having been around narcissistic people like my entire life.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not saying shit on somebody if they're like, progress is not a one way like easy street. But if you're actually like actively seeking help and you have some behaviors still that are kind of fucked up, it's like at least you're trying. But like the motherfuckers that don't see anything wrong with the way that they treat people, fuck that shit, dude. Like, because that's like some of those people I'm talking about that will like defend everything will even go as far as like I don't want to get into like specifics, but like a horrible tragedy where somebody like kills a bunch of people, and then they're like there are some people that will be like, well, their mental health, and it's like, dude, he just killed like 16 fucking people. Like,
Yeah.
what about the 16 other people who like they're like, oh, we shouldn't do anything to him. We just need to put him in a mental asylum and give him. It's like, dude, what the fuck? Or it's like, you should feel bad for him. He has depression. It's like, yeah, so do I, and I didn't fucking kill 16 people. Like, that's not a socially normative thing to do. I don't know. I just don't like when people like blanket defend every like, yeah, bro, we all got mental health issues. It's like learning how to fucking cope with your life.
I think there's a time and place for defending
And there's
people.
obviously, it's not a one size fits all kind of thing. But it's just like unfortunately, there are some people that are like it's unfortunate, but they are diagnosed with things that make them volatile, and they hurt other people, and that sucks. Like, I feel bad, but like you could be empathetic and simultaneously be like, yeah, but look at all the other people you fucked up too. Like think about all the people. You're a narcissistic person. Think about all the fucking people who have mental health like disorders and shit because of you. Like, because of the fucking havoc that you wreak on people's lives. So it's like, yeah, sometimes it's hard. Like, your sympathy can only go so far for some people. Because it's like, I feel bad for you because something obviously happened to you that made you a fucking asshole. But how many other people have you shattered now because you, like, refuse to get help? Because you're, I don't want to talk to a therapist. It doesn't work. It's like, well, you know what also doesn't work? Like, being a dick. I don't know. Maybe try the other. Maybe try the other thing before you just like don't. Therapy doesn't work for me. It's like, okay, well, I guess you won't have a relationship with your kids then because you're a piece of shit and you're an asshole.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, it's one of my most passionate things. I'm very passionate about that. Narcissistic people like really frustrate me.
Yeah, hopefully more people get help.
And the truth is, it is hard to come out of that. It's one of the most complex disorders to like recover from, and it's because it requires like any other thing. It requires the person to actually want to change, and most of them don't even see anything wrong with what they're doing.
That's like, what narcissism is.
It's like there's like this big thing with like attention seeking behavior where it's like little passive aggressive shit. This is like stuff like as a kid you don't really recognize that people do around you, but then as an adult you learn the words that describe it. It's like little passive aggressive comments like people being like, "Oh, so I guess I'm just like the worst thing. I'm like the worst person ever, I guess." Like you'll say like, "Hey, I didn't really like that you said that to me." And they'll be like, "Oh, so I guess I'm just like I'll just never talk again." It's like, because what they want you to do is be like,
That's toxic as fuck,
yeah,
dude.
like what they want you to do is be like, oh no, that's I don't want I want you to talk to me. I just like didn't like this one thing, and then in their heads, that little bit of validation is I did nothing wrong. This is your fault. So it's
Yeah.
like the best thing you can do if you're young and you're watching this and you have people in your life that act like that. The best fucking thing you can do is take them up on their offer. Like if they're like seriously, set that boundary. If they're like, hey, I I'm never gonna talk. I'll just never talk again. I'm just like the worst parent ever. Just be like, yeah, you are, and then just see what they do. Like they'll be like, what the fuck? It's like, oh, so you're saying things you don't believe in, so you're a fucking idiot then. Like, to have an actual conversation with me and stop fucking feeling sorry for yourself. Because it's like that's the truth that they don't really believe that shit. They're just saying it because they want validation. It's like, oh, I'm the fucking worst friend ever. And then what I really want is for back to be like, no, dude, you're an awesome friend, because then that strokes my little ego. But no, if somebody's treating you like shit and then you tell them like, hey, you're a fucking piece of shit, and then they're like, oh, I guess I'm just the worst friend ever, just be like, yeah, kind of. And then they'll be like, what the fuck do you say to me? They like become like a little fucking unhinged monkey because they like their little pea brain is like, well, no, that's not what I wanted you to say.
That's so funny, Dylan. I mean, a lot of learning comes from growing up, but I feel like it is hard when you're growing up with people who are just like fixed in the incorrect way. I mean, in a harmful way. It's hard to grow up.
Yeah.
It's really hard to grow up.
We can pivot off this topic if you want to.
No, yeah, whatever you want to do, dude. I mean,
I think we talked about this for like 30 minutes straight.
I mean, fuck narcissists, dude. I mean, I think anyone who's not a narcissist can say fuck narcissists.
Yeah. That's what we do on this podcast. We talk about mental health and then we pivot into gaming.
Yeah, and then we talk about like our vaginas.
Yeah, we mush them together.
Oh.
Press the button.
Yeah, anyways. Brian, you said you had some topics you wanted to talk about.
Yeah, actually, something interesting that I was looking at recently. So this also has to deal a little bit with like this is just like a little, well, it's just a little like window into my life, and it's not really that deep. I don't know. I just don't like talking about like personal stuff really, because I like my channel to just be kind of like, oh, it's Ryan.
Oh, you're the opposite of us here on Ploopycast, huh?
Yeah, I just see, I mean, I just like, I want to just have fun on my channel and like be like that kind of like that spaghetti forgetty, you know, like what's actually like going on or whatever. Like when I was, this isn't the topic, but when I was growing up, there was these two YouTubers that I would watch a lot, like other than like PewDiePie and like the major ones, but they would literally just play the game, commentate on the game, and like have so much fun doing it and just talk about like the most random shit. One of the guys like fell off super hard. I don't think he really makes videos anymore, but the other guy still does make videos. But that's really like what inspired me. Like I just like don't want it to be like political or like really have to do like a whole bunch with like sadness. I just would rather it be like a story, a stupid thing, and fun. And this is a game that I love. You know, it's not that deep. But recently, I have been a little down in the dumps, and I was trying to get out of that somehow. And I decided, because I have this wall right next to my bed filled with like nice comments. It's only filled with like a few right now, but I was thinking about adding more to it. And so I'm taking screenshots of just like comments and stuff that like I'm finding, and I'm building like a collage so it's like easier to like put on the wall. And you never realize like how many like friends you have until you like lose them, because I was looking at like all of the people that were like commenting on my stuff, and like how many of them just are not making content anymore.
Yeah, I guess that's true. There's quite a few people that aren't making content anymore.
Like we lost Brew, we lost Blue Neptune. it's not that I forgot about her. It's like, it's just like, wow. It's like we used to be like a pretty large community. Like even fucking Sleepyhead, like you met him like right when he left like YouTube.
Yeah, I checked out Blue Neptune's channel a couple weeks ago just out of like curiosity. She deleted all of her videos.
No way.
Dang.
Yeah.
No fucking way. That's crazy.
Or at least privated them.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope she's okay. And then Brew made a comeback video and he never came back. You remember that?
Yeah, I really wish Brew would, like, his videos were like, oh my god, dude, they're so good.
They were like Generation Pixel videos, dude. They were just like so good.
They were like really chill. They weren't like, they were like super relaxing to listen to. Yeah, he has, dude, and in the short time he was on YouTube, I'm looking right now, he has 230 videos.
Holy shit.
Jeez.
Dude, do you remember Sweet Coden while waiting for Ayuden Chronicle?
Yeah, dude, that was my shit. I would listen to that sometimes before I'd go to sleep because it was so sick.
Do you want to know, want to hear something crazy?
Yeah, always.
Fucking, Ayuden Chronicle is out. It came out like a while ago.
Fuck. Dude, he needs to come back. I messaged him too, and I was like, I miss you. I
say
told him, yeah, I was like, hey, dude, I miss you. Please come back. With a little like cute face emoji. He never responded.
Damn.
I think it was on his. Oh no! I just put Brew come back like crying face. This was 2 months ago on the 16th.
Yeah.
It's in his general chat on his fucking Discord channel. But it's just crazy. Like I used to collab. Like it was really like some of these videos aren't anymore because I took a lot of them down. But because it's like, dude, I was of these like Facebook groups like that I was in early YouTube. Like I was a whore. Like I would have been on a corner. Like just like anyone want to collab? Like I would collab with like anything, anyone, if you're willing to pay.
Fucking miss Brew, dude. I'm like looking through his channel now, and like the Suikoden videos are so good.
Yeah.
Damn.
He just had such a relaxing voice. He seemed like such a nice guy. You know what, a crazy thing, I've never told you this. I've never like said this to like really anyone. Like the only person who knows I think is like Generation Pixel, and it's because like he was the one who told me this. But so the time that I was in Scotland, I guess I was really close to Generation Pixel's like whereabouts at the moment. Because he, I guess, like, I don't know. And I guess Brew was down there too.
Oh, that's cool.
At the same time I was down there, and I had no fucking idea. And I was so sad because I could have met like and it's weird because like I've met like a few celebrities before, but I don't really get like excited about shit like that for whatever reason. I just think of them as, well, I mean, this is like, I think, a healthy mindset, but I just think of them as other people. It's not like God is gracing me with his like warm embrace, you know. But I think if I were to meet Generation Pixel or like Brew in real life, I would be really nervous to meet them.
Yeah.
Like even you, dude. Like even if I met you, like this entity that I've like watched for so long, and it's just like there's like more of like a meaningful connection, you know, like where it's like I actually am friends with these people. These people have like actually been there for me in life. It would be like mind blowing.
You mean you'd like to meet us more than you'd like to meet Chris Pratt, voice of Mario?
Yeah, dude, I can meet Chris Pratt tomorrow, and I really wouldn't give a shit. Be like, oh wow, hey, dude. Like,
And he'd
I
be
went
like,
to this.
it's a me, Chris Pratt.
I would tell him to do fucking better. Like I forget. I think it was like a few years ago. I don't remember how long it was. It's actually pretty irrelevant. But I met Caliuchis
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, she's really really nice, but my cousin, I met her with my cousin, and my cousin went up to her, and she was crying and crying, and she was like freaking out. And I went up to her and I was like, "Wow, you did like a great job out there." And she was like, "Oh, thank." Like she was like really surprised with I think how calm I was. But I was just like, I just told her like, "Hey, you did a great job." And then she was like, "Oh, thanks." And then we took the picture and I was like, "I guess see you around or whatever." Like I just don't want to be awkward. And then she laughed and she was like, "Okay, bye." And I was like,
Dude, you
and that
made
was
her laugh. It's kind of nuts.
she was really cool. She's so like she was really like chill. I'm pretty sure we got her sick. I was so sick. Like I was holding it together. Like we were like I don't know what happened. Like this was like 2017, 2018.
Mm.
But she was cool. But it's like I met Dave Bautista too. He came into like I think I was working at like Disney at the time. And I met him and I was just like, "Oh, hey." And he was like, "Oh, hey." And I was like, "That's cool." And he was like, "Okay." And that was
What the
it. But I don't freak out. And I don't know why people freak out so much. They're literally just people.
People.
But if I met you, I'd be like, "Is that Dylan from Ploopycast?"
God, dude, I can't wait to get some videos out. I can't wait to fucking just get some videos out.
I got one video. that
One
I'm
little
editing
video.
compared
I
to
have-
yours, thousands.
I have 2 scripted videos that are done. I just gotta do footage. And
I
then
think-
I have like a bunch of scripts I'm working on. It's just because Break the Backlog takes a minute because I have to beat the game.
Oh shit. Good luck with some of those fucking games, dude.
I was thinking about like not beating all the games.
No, maybe you shouldn't, because some of these games are like 200 hours.
Yeah, I want to do. I want to have you on an episode where we just talk about Pikmin, but I've never played it. I kind of just want to let you go for it.
You should play it, dude. You'd really like Pikmin. Pikmin is such a fun game.
I like how they named it just because you Pikmin.
Oh,
Pick your little man.
you wanna know something interesting? Originally, the game was supposed to be like I forget what it was called originally, but it was supposed to be like a not biblical, but essentially it was like you played as a man and you played as a woman, and it was like you somehow like bred, and all of these like things that would do your tasks were children, and it was like kind of like based on like an Adam and Eve kind of thing, but then they ended up switching it to the plant creatures to like Pikmin.
That's interesting.
But that was like the original idea, where it was like, "Fuck, kid,
think-
okay, pick up this pellet."
I think I heard something about like Animal Crossing that was like that. The original Animal Crossing was supposed to be like you killing forest creatures, like it was like a scary game, and then they decided to make it a life sim.
I didn't hear about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, let me look it up real quick.
Fact check, fact check.
Dylan.
Huh,
That's what I got Kaya to download
huh.
to try out. He downloaded Kingdom Hearts.
Oh no
Oh.
way.
He's probably gonna hate it. He has
He's
Kaya.
right.
He
Had,
has some of the worst opinion, and
Yeah,
like
Kaya
I
has
don't
the
mean to be
worst
mean,
opinion.
but like
He has the
Jesus.
worst takes ever. He, like,
I just can't believe
when
some of
I-
the
when
shit
I
he
was getting-
says.
I was convincing him to download it. He looked at the screenshots. He's like, "What is this? It looks like I'm looking at freaking Mickey Mouse. Not a Mickey Mouse. Like a princess movie or something like that." I was like, "Bro, it's made on it was on the PS2."
And he was like, "Oh, the graphics are shitty." Like
Oh,
that's
it's a
literally
boomer
the stuff he
game.
says.
It's a boomer game.
Oh my god, dude.
I feel bad that Kaya's only lived in a world that's existed with microtransactions. That's like insane.
I know it's crazy to hear like what's your favorite game? He's like, it's a tie between Valorant and Fortnite. I don't know. Like not to resident, but it's just like I just can't imagine that.
Okay.
Oh, what you working on, Dylan?
No, I'm trying to figure out this Animal Crossing thing that I heard.
That'd be funny if you tried pitching the Rugrats like in that little Animal Crossing like thing. You were like, yeah, originally it was supposed to be about like kids and they were like highly cognitive, but they like had like kid-like problems, and one of them had red hair named Chucky. I don't know.
I don't remember where I heard that, but I'm pretty sure that originally, I'm trying to find like the original story.
Oh, and did you hear they're coming out with a new Pikmin game?
Are they?
Yeah, they're
That's cool.
Pikmin 4. And it's crazy how long people have been waiting for that. Like Pikmin 3 was like released, and then they did Hey Pikmin for the DS. I never played that
maybe I
one.
was wrong. I think I was wrong. Maybe it wasn't Animal Crossing. But it's actually kind of
cut
sad.
that?
Wait, cut what?
No, it was a joke. Like cut that out. Like
I found it. It says that Animal Crossing creator Katsuya Iguchi explained how his personal experiences inspired the concept. Iguchi drew experiences from his early days as a graduate, moving from his hometown of Chiba to Kyoto to work for Nintendo. When working on Animal Crossing years later, he wanted to draw on these experiences, being away from friends and family, trying to start your own adventure. Speaking to Edge back in 2008, Iguchi said, "When I moved, I left my family and friends behind. In doing so, I realized that being close to them, being able to spend time with them, talk to them, play with them, it was such a great, important thing." So that's why the you're always like moving to a new town and trying to make friends and stuff.
that's so sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says, speaking to Gamasutra, Iguchi said, "So this was something that the kids could play after school, and I could play when I got home at night, and I could kind of be a part of what they were doing while I wasn't around." He was talking about like how on the older Animal Crossings, it wasn't really multiplayer, but like you could all live in the same town and just play. Like when you play as a different character, like everyone had a character and you could see each other's houses and stuff.
Huh.
Um,
That's super cool. I love Animal Crossing, dude.
Animal Crossing's so fun.
I remember when that shit came out during quarantine and everyone was just on it.
Yep, all the switches were going. It
Yeah.
was crazy.
yeah, I actually have a video coming out about that.
Whoa.
Yeah, so the game started its life in Japan as Animal Forest for the Nintendo 64 disc drive add-on. Both Iguchi and Nogami wanted to create something for the 64 disc drive and came up with a mix of ideas. With a dash of Iguchi's personal experiences, it became Animal Forest. The 64 DD had so many additional features that inspired these Nintendo game designers: a real-time clock, internet connectivity, and even a drive to insert rewritable discs. And then it was ultimately released on an N64 cartridge that fortunately had its own internal clock to keep the game's unique selling point. That decision paid off massively for Nintendo, with the eventual GameCube release being critical acclaim due to its free-flowing nature.
The GameCube had some of the best fucking games, dude.
You want to hear something crazy? It's one of the least popular consoles.
That's crazy because it's like the most talked about one.
That's because, okay, so I watched a video about this recently. So I guess that it really did not sell that well overall. But it's because a lot of us had them, that like anytime you meet another person that had a GameCube, they're like, it was the shit.
That's wild.
Even games that are technically like, so people hate the Star Fox Adventure game that's on GameCube.
Oh yeah.
I fucking love that game.
Dude, I have the physical disc of that, and it was really hard.
Yeah, I think it's because it's a bad Star Fox game, but it's a good game. Like it's nothing like the other Star Fox games.
But it's cool that they try like new stuff out, you know? It's like Star Fox can't always be like fucking shut up in his little aeroplane or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I thought it was
I
cool.
like never watched the movie.
I thought it was fucking sick. It was like too. The only thing that was kind of like I guess like it was supposed to be a game called Dino Planet, and then they like literally just swapped the license. Like they're like, and what if Star Fox was there?
So it's this dinosaur planet, right? And you know you have to survive all the dinos. You gotta like do the adventure, find the little crystal, and then they're like, well, Star Fox in it? Oh, he can be, and he was.
That's why I think stuff like Stray like as much as there's like some people that are, which is like it's valid if that's how they feel, but they're like Stray is just like a walking simulator because it kind of is. I think the reason that Stray did so well was because people were like, it's finally fucking something different. Like, anytime a game, you'll have like one game come out and do really well, and then all these people try to copy it.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see like if we'll start to see like other. There's already a couple. Like there's a game coming out called Squirrel with a Gun. That's just funny though.
Yeah.
There's another one that's called like.
I'm ready for a High on Life. That one's gonna be good, I think.
It's called like Lightning Mouse or something, but you're basically play as like a rat. But I think that's why I liked stuff like that, like Mortuary's Assistant did something that was like it's this thing that I talk about in one of my new videos, but it comes from a place of it's like why the Studio Ghibli movies are usually really successful. It's this like ability that Miyazaki has, especially, of capturing the magic of mundane activities. And I think that that's what is kind of scary about Mortuary Assistant is like that job is already off-putting. Like no demons, like demons aside, is an off-putting job. And then you take into account that like there's demons and shit, and it's like oh cruel. I'm already like dealing with dead bodies, and now the one fear I have is that they'll move while I'm working on them.
Yeah, I don't see how people do that for a living. That seems terrifying. Like,
yeah.
Whether you believe in like the supernatural or not, being in a room with like 24 dead bodies and having to cremate them, that is kind of scary.
Yeah, I think that's why some of those games do so well, or like they just feel like good to play. Like as scary as the Mortuary Assistant is, it's like fucking horrifying. So it's like it's fine. Like it's like one of those scary games that really gets your like your blood pumping. Like I remember playing the demo on itch.io before like Naughty was at work when I was playing the demo. I literally like my back was covered in sweat when I was done because I was home alone while I was playing it.
Oh fuck that, dude.
And up until then I'd been playing itch.io games and sometimes they're kind of spooky, but not like that. Like when I started that demo, I literally was like, holy fuck, I'm like terrified.
You know, I love itch.io, and I think so. I recently started playing like the quote unquote like the longer form itch.io games. So like the ones that usually take like up to 30 minutes or like 2 hours, because there are some games that are like full-fledged games, like the games that are like $1 and stuff. Like those are like really fucking good, and I really love itch.io just because it is so refreshing that it is. I would just like it's not this like corporate entity that's like pushing this game out, because like everyone and their mom like has played like a game like that. Like take God of War for example. That game just came out and everyone has that shit on their channel. Like everyone's fucking playing God of War.
The game is amazing, by the way.
Oh, it is really good?
Yes.
Damn,
That is my game of the year. Even though I played Elden Ring.
Damn, better than Elden Ring?
Yes.
Holy shit. Anyway though, it's just a fresh take. It's so nice to just see like a game like the game that I played on my channel. There's two games. One's called Afternoon Spaghetti, and then there's another game called Turnip that's already on my channel. That's been on my channel for a while. And just weird games like that where you're just kind of like walking around doing like a mundane task, but it's like entertaining because it's like, well, this world was created by like this person and who knows like what they're thinking when they created it. Who knows what like twists and turns there's going to be. The horror on itch.io sometimes falls very short. And that's just like, especially
game
like, what was that?
The Chocolate Man game that Dylan had me play.
That was bad.
It was 9 Child Street.
Huh. I haven't played that one. But see, that's the cool thing. It's like everyone always like has like a different itch.io game that they've played.
Yeah.
Like there's never like one, well, there's some that you've like heard of, but like there's always like one game that like the other person hasn't played. And the longer form games on the platform, like I played a game called and it's cool too because you could actually talk with developers and you could like get insight. Like Fatum Batula. That game was long. That's an itch.io game. And I was like, the developer has like a really fucking big following. I just asked him if he fucking got back to me, and he was like, yeah, I'm glad you like it. And that's so cool. They Speak in the Abyss. That's another game. The developer is super Heartworm developer is super cool. Like, it's so awesome to like play these games and like actually talk to the fucking developer, ask like a question, like, what did you mean by this? Like, what does this mean? Or just like, I love this game, and they're like, hey, cool, thanks. Because you don't see Nintendo being like, oh, thanks for playing my game. You know, they're like, oh, let's take it off of YouTube. That was happening.
Yeah. Yeah, Nintendo, dude, they're always
They're
They're dropping the
crazy.
ball. They've been dropping the ball lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, overall, I'm gonna do like a full review of my Pokemon game, and also like of like a first impressions video pretty soon. Just like maybe like a short. But like overall, is it fun and different? Yes. But I feel like the way that they released it for $60 is kind of crazy. Like, that's like unacceptable. We're not talking about an indie game where you could be like, oh, it was made by like two dudes. Like, it's, we'll wait for the patches. This is like literally Pokemon. I think has been rated as like the highest grossing like series, like franchise of all time.
Overtaking like Mario and stuff.
No, it's made way more money than Mario through all the merch
Holy
and
shit.
stuff.
Like all the TV shows they got.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
definitely
true. The
is.
cards.
Yeah,
I
hold
buy
on. Let me
those.
look real quick. Pokemon highest earning franchise. Let's see. Pokemon is the number one highest earning franchise, which this is fucking insane. So Mickey Mouse and like all of the Mickey Mouse, like kind of like Donald and all them, that was created in 1928. They've only made 82.9 billion. Pokemon has made 118.5 billion, so 20 billion more. And they came out in 1996.
Then the mouse. Damn.
The mouse had a fucking 70-year head start.
And Pokemon took it over in 1999.
It's got more than Mickey Mouse, Winnie the Pooh, and Star Wars. Yeah, Pokemon is literally the highest earning franchise on the planet. And most of it's come from their license. It's not even from their games. It's the licensed merchandise.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
All the plushies and shit.
I like the plushies, I'm not gonna lie.
So it's like they have the money, bro.
They have the money to make like a not laggy
I think
game
they just
on
rushed.
the console.
I think they just rushed it, or
Yeah.
they just didn't really care about. Like, oh, they never complained about the graphics before. So like, you're on a fucking home console now.
I really like. I mean,
Like,
the
you're not a
Legends.
handheld, it's not a handheld console anymore.
Oh yeah. Well,
People are playing this on the big screen. They gonna notice it.
Yeah. It's like it looks really rough. I am looking forward to like just getting some more content out. I know I've said this before. I've been kind of batting around the idea of maybe doing a football manager thing because it would be like content for days. But we'll see how it goes.
you can always live stream when you play it. That'd be easy.
Yeah, it would just be like how many people would be interested. But
The
even like
entire
people that
population.
I was gonna say people that like watch our channel, even if they don't like soccer, they like watching that.
I mean, it's like for the personality, I think like I'm like I looked at my analytics recently, and it was like really like nice to see like half of my, like, it's like how like when the whole meme was happening where people were like, only like 16% of you guys like are subscribe now. Like mine was like split down the middle. It was like half and half, and like that's really nice to know that like 50% of the people that watch me, like, or like 50% of like my total views are coming from like people that keep returning, that subscribed. Like that's so nice.
Yeah.
And like the people who do like leave comments and stuff, it's like one of the comments that or it was like a similar thing that was said by like multiple people, but it was like, you play some weird ass games, but like no matter like what you're playing, like I'm just like, I'm just watching this because like I like you. And it's like that is like such a nice fucking thing.
Yeah, that's fucking sick.
Like,
That's
but
what it's
I
all
feel like
about.
that's like what content is like too. You know, it's like literally you could play anything, but like I'm gonna watch it for like Dylan's silly little like, who's this guy? What's his story?
Yeah, no, I guess she likes when I say that. That's like my
I do
thing.
too. It's like
What's
your
this?
catchphrase.
What's this little guy's story? That's been me playing Pokemon, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, look at this little fellow. What's I don't know. What? Let's ask him. Maybe he has like an interesting thing going on. Some of the new Pokemon designs are pretty cool.
Some of them are pretty cool. Some of them are, you know,
It's
flamingo.
funny to see
Yeah,
like not to be
Flamingo.
like a boomer, but it's funny to see all of the like the kids that are like kids now. Like, well, maybe like high school kids that have played like a couple Pokemon games now. They're like, they're running out of ideas, and it's like, dude, have y'all seen Jinx before? Like, they didn't have ideas back then too. Like,
Yeah,
there
they
were
never.
there was some there were some rough ones in Gen 1. Like,
Come now.
even like the Gen 1ers, bro. Like, let's not pretend like Geodude's not just a floating rock.
With arms.
Like, we gotta be a little easier on some. Like, I've even come around on like Vanillite and Vanilla. 'Cause I used to think those were super dumb until I read the lore, and like that's supposed to be why there's ice cream in the Pokemon universe, which I was like, oh, that's actually really cool.
They milk them.
No, it's just like they based it off of their shape. Like they came up with ice cream for each
Oh,
region
I
because
get
of them.
you.
And then in the new games, there's this little dog named Fido. He's like made out of dough, and
Oh,
it's
that's
supposed to be
cute.
like his breath makes like yeast for bread to rise. And so like in his little lore, they like kept him alive. Like they would protect them even in ancient times.
Because he breathes yeast.
Yeah, because you can make bread with yeast.
That sounds like a yeast infection waiting to happen.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you're a weirdo that thinks about that kind of stuff. Dang, got him in 4K.
Thanks for watching, guys. It ends here.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff in the pipe right now that I'm ready to record and kind of put some videos out on. It's just gonna take me time to play it, but I am thinking about double dipping a lot. I wanted to get back into streaming, and I was thinking like, what easier way to make content for me to stream and also make reviews on if I just play it on my stream?
Yeah, dude.
But I just don't always want like my web like when you stream your webcam's kind of fucking stuck to your screen. Where it's like if I record, it's not like that. So I think as long as the viewers understand that maybe I don't stream every minute of every fucking game, then it's like I think that'll be cool.
I mean, certain games I really feel like streaming, but I want to see. I don't know. Like, there's like a weird like difference in streaming than there is recording. Like, I feel so safe when I record because I'm like, I really feel like I'm talking to like everyone. But when I'm streaming sometimes and I like have to look at chat, I'm like, I don't know. It just feels weird sometimes. Like, I used to be so used to it, like when I was like mostly streaming, but now I'm like, no, I'd rather record.
I actually I have kind of been feeling that way too. Like I do enjoy recording a lot, and I feel like I've kind of gotten a lot better at solo recording.
Hmm.
So I'm thinking about maybe, but I don't know. I kind of like streaming, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's like your preference, whatever like you feel more comfortable with.
Yeah, I'm just excited to finally get some fucking content out. Even if like I'm getting to the point where I don't necessarily care about the views anymore and stuff. I kind of just want there to be content again. Like I was just looking back on our channel and like all the way back 2 years ago, and it's like, you know how cool it would be to just like imagine in 10 years I look back at this and I have like, dang, me and Nadia and Jalen finished like 500 games. Like there's like 1,000 Ploopycast videos. That'd be pretty crazy.
That'd be really
Yeah.
crazy. It's good to
So
have that much like content out too, because then it's like selection.
yeah, and more people are like picking up editing now, so I think it'll start to flow a little bit better.
Yeah, I need an intern.
Yeah, you need somebody to help with the backpack comics, like video complex.
He could actually call his backlogs. That'd be sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true. I can.
Yeah.
I know.
The backlogs. Backpack comment. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
I'm also getting there. All right,
I'm
everybody.
getting there a little
I mean,
too.
most of you are probably asleep by now in the podcast. That's what it's for, just to relax, kind of hang out. Hope the rants weren't too bad. We love you guys. thanks to Backpack for being on this episode of the
Hi.
podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for hanging out. I'm sure you'll be on it quite frequently or a lot more, so it's all good. Yeah. I don't even know what we really talked about today other than mental health. That was like a big part of it.
It was just like fuck narcissism, and then it was like, oh yeah, Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon Violet looks like shit. Let me get like all up in the mic.
Yeah.
And a big thank you to you, the listener, for checking out the Ploopycast, brought to you by Ploopytube TV. See you guys in the next one. Peace.